So, for this practice, you can begin on your back. Just straighten out the legs, and you could turn the hands up, letting the hands come away from the hips. And if it feels a little stressful for the lower back, feel free to bring the feet on the floor with the knees bent. Just let the back of the head gently press into the floor. And as you're resting here, begin to cultivate an intention for your practice, what it is you would like to receive. And just taking this time after setting your intention to become aware of what is actually happening in your body. Just noticing sensations, areas of tension or discomfort, but also noticing any parts that might actually feel good to you today. Just letting your breath move your belly just with a nice, easy flow, no effort at all. And very gently bringing the feet to the mat with the knees bent, maybe flattening the lower back into the floor as you tuck your chin. And then drawing the knees over the hips. Can keep the knees bent, or if you feel like straightening them, can work with that. And we'll take the arms up. So this is called dead bug. So just feeling some of your circulation just draining out of the legs and out of the arms. Maybe press the back of the head into the floor. And just feeling your spine beginning to align with the mat. And then bending the knees. Gently roll to one side. You can bring yourself to hands and knees from there. And once you're here in hands and knees, just sitting back into child's pose with the arms stretched in front of you. Let the tips of the elbows rotate down towards the mat. Let the fingers spread wide. Feel the emptiness of your exhale as you breathe in. Draw the heart forward and start to shift towards your hands, gazing outward. Then exhale, tuck the chin, drawing back towards your heels, coming all the way back to child's pose. Then inhale, drawing forward, gazing outward. Exhale, drawing back, the chin tucking as you go. Inhale, coming forward, shoulders coming out of the ears, gently pushing the chest away from the floor. And exhale, sinking back. One more time to come forward. Inhaling and then exhaling, drawing back to sitting on the heels. From here, let the hands come to rest on the lower back and turn your head to the right. As you breathe in, we'll scoop the left arm out to the side. Let it come up overhead as you start to come up onto your knees and then looking forward. And then as you come down, arm sweeps out to the side, your head turning to the left as you come down. And then right arm sweeps around. Inhale to lift. Exhale. Head turns to the right as you come down. Left arm circles around. Inhale. Lifting. Exhale, arm sweeps around, head turns to the left. Right arm sweeps around as you lift to the knees, looking forward. And then head turns to the right as the hand comes down. Left arm sweeps around, inhale, center. Exhale, coming down, turning the head to the left. Right arm sweeps around, inhaling, coming to center. Exhale, turning the head to the right as you come down. One more time each way. So left arm comes around, inhale, lifting you, palm facing the center line. Exhale, head turns to the left as you come down. And then right arm sweeps around, bringing you to the middle. And last time, head turning to the right as you come down. Letting the arms release. Now we'll take the hands forward, sliding onto the belly. So take your time, coming all the way down to the belly. We'll keep the hands next to the rib cage. Forehead can rest on the floor, or you can turn the head to one side. So we'll have the feet reaching back. If you have the forehead on the floor, you can go ahead and turn your head to the right, keeping the elbows close to the body. As you breathe in, press the pubic bone down, lifting the head, turn the head center, looking forward. Let the throat come forward, chin come up. And then turn the head to the left. So come down, pulling the shoulders down away from the head. Inhale to center, gazing forward. Again, the throat slightly presses forward, the chin slightly lifts, but keeping the eyebrows relaxed. And head turns to the right as you come down. Inhale, center. Exhale, head turns to the left as you relax. Inhale, looking center. Lifting. Exhale, head turns to the right. From here, we'll bend the right knee and lift and come center. Release the leg, let the head turn to the left. Bending the left knee, inhale to lift to that cobra shape. Press into the hands a little bit, drawing the shoulders down. And head turns to the right as you relax. Bending the right knee, inhale, looking center. Exhale, relaxing down, head turns to the left. This is the last one. Inhale, bending the left knee, lifting head and shoulders come center. And then relaxing down, turning the head to the right. Free to take a rest anytime you need to. Feel free to pause if it starts to feel a little intense. We've got One more variation to do here, which is bending both knees. Inhale to lift. Think that you're pulling yourself forward. Throat comes forward, chin slightly lifts. Relax the face. Then turn the head to the left as you straighten the legs down to the mat. Inhale, looking center. Pulling the shoulders down as you bend the knees and lift. Head turns to the right as you relax down. Gently pressing the pubic bone into the mat. Inhale to center. Bending the knees. Exhale, head turns to the left to rest down. Inhale, bending the knees to lift. And head turns to the right as you settle to the mat. One more each way. Inhale, press the pubic bone down, bend the knees. Lifting as you look center. Head turns to the left as you relax the feet down. And this is the last one. Inhale, coming center, bending the knees. Exhale, relaxing down. You can turn the head. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, bring your forehead onto the mat, press into your hands, and come up to your knees. Scoop the sit bones forward. Press the floor away from you so you're active in your chest. And just doing a gentle rocking forward, bringing your shoulders just in front of your fingers, and then drawing back. Inhale to draw forward. Exhale, sinking back. So keep pushing the hips so that your sit bones are pushing forward. That way you don't arch the back when you come forward. You want to keep that kind of tuck under, shifting the shoulders forward. Do one more, drawing forward. And then sitting back to your heels. Take your hands next to your knees with the backs of the hands on the floor and just stretching your wrists. Nice and easy there. Just breathing as you feel the stretch through the wrists. And then when you feel ready, you can come from hands and back to hands and knees and then into just lifting the knees. We're going to push the chest into the mat. So it's the same thing we were just doing, pushing the hips forward a little bit, but now the knees come up. And then you can play with rocking forward here. So you want to engage the core, but not through tension. So maybe take the knees down for a second and just let the back arch. And notice that that kind of creates a kind of a hanging out in the belly. But as soon as you push the sit bones under you, and you feel the top of your pelvis lift towards the ceiling, you'll feel your belly you don't really even have to make any effort. It just kind of draws up to the spine. So that's what you're looking for here, lifting the knees. And again, you can shift forward, maybe play with going side to side. Just feel what feels good. Take breaks, bringing the knees down anytime you feel like you need to. Then we'll come into downward facing dog. And you can just walk in place here. Just nice and easy. Getting some stretch through the back body. And slowly walking your feet forward to your hands. And bend the knees. Slowly come up to standing. So from here, have you take the right foot back. So you can start by setting up with your feet hip distance wide. So this distance. Then keeping your feet on each chalk, just take the right foot back. And then thinking that you're pushing the mat in opposite directions with your feet. Feel the right thigh roll in and the left thigh roll out. You might even turn the left toes in a little bit so you can feel that kind of traction against the floor or against your mat. Then the left hand will bring to the hip. You feel your lower back arching, just a slight tuck under through the pelvis. You want to keep the back leg straight. If you feel as you're moving through this that something needs to bend, it can be the front knee. We'll take the right arm up, breath in, and breath out. See if you can relax the belly to come forward, tucking the chin on your way down. Go all the way into the fold. Then reach your arm forward. Then the chest lifts to bring you all the way back up. Again, you're still trying to push them out apart with your feet, trying to turn the front leg out and the back leg in, and relaxing into the fold, letting the belly relax, the chin tuck. Reach the arm forward, chest draws forward and up. And just relaxing as you melt forward. Rising, inhale. And exhale. Taking the bow. Let the sit bones push forward just a little bit here at the bottom. Tuck the chin towards your throat. Then we'll come all the way back up on the inhale. And then step the feet together, bringing the right arm down. And we'll change sides. So taking the left leg back. Just a little bit of turn out on that back foot, a little bit of turn in on the front foot, that you're pushing the mat apart and trying to turn the right thigh out as you're turning the left thigh in. And then just that slight pelvic tuck. You might just feel into your hips and notice if they're trying to twist in one direction or the other, and see if you can feel them come level in terms of horizontally. And then we'll take the right hand to the hip, left hand reaches up, press into the feet, breathe in, little tuck under with the pelvis, and then relaxing into the forward fold. Tucking the chin as you go, pushing the mat apart with your feet so you're stable. Then inhale, reaching forward to come up. Exhale, relaxing to fold. Inhale, reach forward, heartless to bring you up. And relaxing into the fold. One more time to rise. And one more time to fold. And then coming up with the inhale. And exhale, step the feet together, take the left hand down. And now we'll step back with the right foot. Just taking this wide stance with the feet. We'll do a little turn in with the heels so the feet turn out. And feel where your pelvis is. So I have a natural tendency to really arch my back when my knees open like that. So I have to feel into just feeling the sit bones roll under a little bit more. So feel into that too, so that your shoulders and hips are lined up with each other. Your hips don't end up behind the shoulders. And we'll take a breath in, straightening legs, bring the arms up overhead. And exhale, sinking into that squat, rolling the hips forward. We'll take the arms forward, crossing the right arm under the left. And then taking this vine shape. If that's not feeling comfortable today, just rest your hands on the shoulders. But if you're able to take the vine, push the elbows forward and draw the elbows to the chest, hands come away from the face, maybe sink a little deeper. And you can feel into taking your toes off the floor. And as best you can, relax the belly. Just feel that natural kind of pulling up through the pelvic floor. Maybe take the big toe down and see if you can find a little bit more of that woo kind of lift through the pelvic floor. Then we'll open the arms, straighten the legs, hands come together overhead, and then sinking down. And now we'll take the left arm under the right, pressing the elbows forward if you have the vine shape. Press the pubic bone forward a little bit, tuck the chin, elbows come down, hands come down. And as you sink, maybe the toes come up. Maybe you bring the big toe down, keep all the other toes lifted. Feel that activate you just a little bit more. Then opening the arms with the inhale, feet come parallel. You can just bring your hands to your hips and take a forward bend from there. Let the top of the hips roll back just slightly. So a lot of times we tend to fold from the hip crease, which can be, very releasing. But we want to get a little bit more space here. So we want to pull the hips a little bit more towards the ceiling. So you're rounding the back a little more. You'll feel your belly lift again, like we did before. Okay, so you can maybe take your feet a little wider if that feels good to you. Feel that both hips are level. Then take the hands to the floor right under your shoulders, lifting the chest. And you can feel your weight shift towards your toes. Then we'll push down into the hands. Feel the chest push down towards the floor and the sit bones push towards your hands. Again, just creating a little bit slight rounding through the spine. Then turn the right hand so it's facing the front of the mat. Keep looking at the right hand and then rotate the navel towards the left side. Then the ribs, then the chest, then the head. Then maybe left hand reaches up. You might find your hips are shifting. That's fine. Just push the left hip down and slightly forward. Take a breath in and let the left arm reach towards me. So reaching over your head. And you can look up at that hand as you're transitioning. Then sweep the hand back. Exhale, look down at the bottom hand. Inhale, sweep the arm overhead, looking at that hand. Exhale, sweep back and look down at the bottom hand. Level the hips again, rotating more from the waist. One more time. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, back to the center. And release on down. Then we'll change sides. So turning the left hand to the right. Lifting the chest. Sit bones hug in. Rotating navel to the right. Ribs, chest. And reaching up. Looking down at the left hand. Then inhale, reaching right arm straight overhead. Look at that hand. And exhale, reaching back up as you look down. Inhale, reach overhead. Looking in that direction. Exhale, looking down, hand comes over the shoulder. One more time. Level the hips, rotate a little more from the waist. Inhale to reach. And exhale, reaching back. And then releasing into a forward bend. You can hold the backs of the legs. Level the hips, maybe bend the knees a little bit. Lift the chest so you're pulling against the leg. Then exhale, softening forward. And you can bend the left knee, turn to face the front of the mat, and step back to plank or to down dog. And then we'll come to the knees and come down to the forearms. So you can feel into what your shoulders are feeling today. And you might have good days and bad days. So maybe the hands or the forearms are able to stay parallel. But if you're feeling a lot of tension in the shoulders and that doesn't feel so great, you can also interlace the fingers and make a little kickstand with the pinky fingers. So just feel whichever feels okay for you. We're going for this with the forearms parallel to each other. That's ultimate. I don't know, not the ultimate, but that's, I guess, a good place to move towards. Okay, and we'll feel into the shoulders. They might be sinking, so you have to push down into the elbows, activate the chest, and look just past your thumbs. Scoot the knees back enough that you can get the sit bones to tuck under. Shoulders will come just in front of the elbows. Then curl the toes under and lift to dolphin. So this is in your down dog shape. It's not feeling great for you to be there. Perfectly fine to just play with coming to the knees and lifting, making it sort of a repetitive flow. And if you can, holding it, walking the feet forward. Let the head go. Push into your elbows, pushing the armpits down towards your feet into the mat. And then gently coming down to all fours. And we'll come onto the hands. Then take the left knee, we'll slide it towards the left wrist. Slide the right foot back. You can take the left foot a little bit to the right. And then we'll come on to the tips of the fingers. As you exhale, tuck the chin a little bit and squeeze the inner thighs in towards each other. And then inhale, let that relax. And you might find that the right leg goes back a little more. Push the hips towards the top of the mat. Push into the fingertips. And then just relax the front body. Let the throat come slightly forward, chin slightly up. Take a breath in. Exhale, melting forward. Tuck the chin, push the hips towards your left heel to help you rise up. Uncurling, pressing the throat forward, chin slightly up as you breathe in. Relax the face. Exhale, folding forward. Tucking the chin, sit bones push forward, rising up, breathing in as you feel the lift. Exhale, melting down. We'll do that one more time. Inhale to rise. Exhale to release. Press the hips forward a little bit. Press into your hands to come up and come back to all fours. Sit bones push forward, gently rocking the shoulders in front of the fingers. And taking a moment, sitting back towards child's pose. Then coming back to hands and knees. Then slide the right knee forward. That foot can come a little to the left. Sliding the left leg back. Coming onto the tips of the fingers. And then you want to feel the sit bones push forward a little bit. And then squeeze the inner thighs with a little chin tuck. And inhale, softening the pelvic floor. You can slide the leg back a little bit. And then draw the heart forward, chin and throat slightly forward and up. Relax the face. Breathing in. Exhale, melting forward. Rising, pushing the hips forward as you uncurl. Throat comes forward, chin slightly up. Breathing in. Exhale, melting. Tucking the chin, rising. Inhale. And exhale. Breath in. Push the hips forward a little bit to help you get a little bit longer through the spine as you feel the lift. Throat forward, chin slightly up. Exhale, releasing. And then pressing into the hands and coming to all fours, sitting back to child's pose. And we'll come to the belly once again. You can take your time rocking forward and lowering yourself all the way down, turning the head to the right. We'll bring the backs of the hands to the lower back. As you inhale, we'll take the right arm around. So this is similar to what we did before, but we'll take the left leg up. So we're moving the arms and the legs. And then head turns to the left as the right hand comes to the lower back and the foot releases down. Then left arm swoops around, looking center, and right leg lifts. Head turns to the right and comes to original position. Right arm swoops around, left leg lifts. And exhale, head turns to the right, relaxing down. And left arm sweeps around, inhale. Exhale, head turns to the right. And you can just let the arms release. Take a breath in and a breath out, relaxing the belly. And we're bringing the hands next to the ribs, pushing to the knees. Feel free to go to plank if you'd like. Just a little push under with the pelvis. Push the floor away from you, feeling that drawing the navel up. And then we'll shift the weight back towards the hips. Turn the left shin parallel to the back of the mat as you take the right leg back. And we'll take the right hand up for the ceiling. And then come back to the center, turning your feet so they're parallel to the sides of the mat. Then the right leg turns so it's parallel to the back of the mat. Left leg reaches back and you can reach up. And coming back down and back to center. Again, going to the left. So left shin turns parallel to the back of the mat as the right foot lines up. If you want to go a little deeper, you can lift the right leg. And then coming down with the foot back to center. And right shin turns. Left leg comes back, reaching up. And then back to center. And then we'll cross the ankles and bring yourself to a seat. Turn to face you here. Let the hands come behind you, extend the legs out. And just pressing into the hands, lifting tall. And then leaning back, bend the right knee, bringing that foot close to the hip. And then push the right hip forward so your hips stay square. And we'll take the right hand, keeping it behind, turn the hand away from you a little bit. Left arm can reach up. Then feel the navel rotate to the right, then the ribs, chest, and shoulder. And maybe the left elbow comes to the outside of the leg, but don't force it. If it's not happening, you can just wrap around the front of the leg. And then once you've landed, press that right hip forward. So if you're going to the outside of the leg, maybe the hand comes down towards the hip, or you can just keep the hand up. But push the right sit bone forward. So you're rotating more from the spine and not so much from the hip pulling back. Just looking over the right shoulder. Palm can be flat on the right hand. And taking your time to come back to the center. And you can let the right knee open. Bend the left knee and relax the foot. Left hand comes close to the left hip. And then the right hand can reach for left ankle or it can grab the calf, whatever feels accessible. And then left hand comes to the leg or the heel. Relax the belly, ribs, chest, and nose down to the leg. And then you can
Just feel into the hamstring. When the hamstring feels okay, you can play with straightening out a little bit. Then breathing in, lifting, pulling back against the hands. You feel that stretch in your upper back. And then releasing, letting the hands come behind you. Take the right leg out. Bend the left knee, bring that foot close in. Press that left sit bone forward. You can turn the left palm back, pressing it to the mat. Right hand reaches up, breath in. Navel rotates to the left, then ribs, then chest, then shoulder. Left hip pushes forward, maybe elbow on the outside, or just hug the knee. Actively twisting from the belly, from the navel to the ribs, to the chest, to the shoulders. That left sit bone pushing forward so the hip doesn't start to pull back. And inhale back to center. And let that knee open out to the side. Bend the right knee, right hand close to that hip to help you just center over the right leg as the left hand either reaches for the heel or under the calf. You can just let the foot relax. And then the right hand comes to meet the left, relaxing the belly, ribs, and nose to the leg. And feel into straightening out the leg. Then inhale, lifting, pulling the shoulders back, and releasing. And then you can come down onto your back. So once you come down onto the back, you can just take the arms out to the side. You can have them straight out if you have the room, or bend the elbows a little bit if you don't. If you feel a little bit tight, you can bend the elbows and pull them down a little bit so you have more like a W in your arms. And we'll straighten out the right leg. Bring the left knee in towards the chest. Exhale, take your time rotating to the right. And then coming back to center. Inhale, back to the middle. Exhale, over to the right. Inhale to the middle. Exhale, rotating. And then back to center. One more time to rotate, and then we'll hold there. So rotating over. From here, we'll take the left arm down towards the hip, looking towards the ceiling. And then inhale, reach that arm overhead. Exhale, reach out to the left and look at the left hand. And inhale, reach overhead, head looks up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bringing the hand down a little bit, looking to the left. Inhale to reach overhead, head center, and then opening out. Exhale, head turns to look at the left hand, and come back to center. Can bring the left foot down, bend the right knee, find your center again. Then straighten the left leg, bring the right knee in, rotating first, rotating to the left, bringing the right knee across the body. Maybe you turn the head the opposite direction. Inhale, center. Exhale, rotating to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, rotating. Inhale back to center. And exhale,
Rotating, hold here, reaching the arm overhead with the breath in. And breath out, take the hand out to the side. You can turn to look at that hand. Inhale, arm comes overhead, head comes center. Exhale, hand comes out to the side, head turns to look at it. Inhale to reach. Exhale, opening out. And then we'll come back to the center. Let both feet come to the mat. Just feel yourself level off. And then we'll take the hands together, interlace the fingers, press the palms up for the ceiling. As you press your palms up, feel your shoulder blades come off the floor. Flatten your lower back into the mat. And then feel as if you're trying to push your feet away from your body, gently lifting up. Tuck the chin a little bit, and then relaxing one vertebra at a time back to the mat. And just relax the lower back, keep pushing the shoulder blades off the floor, but pressing the back of the head into the mat. Then curl under with the pubic bone to lift up. Exhale, gently relaxing down, pressing the armpits away from the floor. Tuck the chin, press the back of the head as you lift, and softening down. Then inhale, lifting, hold here. Then the hands can come down, pressing down a little bit more into the floor with your hands and let the knees push forward slightly. Maybe your hands can work their way together underneath you. And if you have that, press the forearms into the mat. If you don't, no worries. And gently just coming on down. Bring the knees over the hips, hands to the knees or the shins, and then push the knees into your hands. And gently relaxing the feet can come to the mat, can just stretch it out. Roll the shoulders under you. Turn the palms up, letting them come a little bit away from the feet. Of course, if it feels more nourishing to you to bring your knees or your feet together, the knees open, feel free. You feel like you want to put a pillow or a blanket or something over you so you feel a little more supported and grounded. Feel free to do that. And of course, covering the eyes is also very soothing in Shavasana. And as you're resting here, you can start to tune into your breath. And then invite your breath to just move in your belly. And just following the four parts of the breath, the inhalation, the pause after the inhalation, the exhalation and the pause after the exhalation. And start to feel your breath filling your belly and then filling your chest, then filling your collarbones, and then leaving your collarbones, then your chest, and then your belly. Again, there's no need to force this breath or hold your breath at any point. It's going as deeply as you can, but imagining yourself being filled from the bottom up. And the tongue can just relax to the bottom of the mouth. Unless that feels stressful, and if it does, then you can bring the tip of the tongue towards the hump in the middle of the palate. And then just letting all of that go. And start to tune in to your feet. Feel your toes relax. Tune into your ankles and feel your ankles release. And the knees and the hips. Your back right at the base of your rib cage. The chest, the shoulders, elbows, wrists, fingers, base of the skull. And as you're still relaxing, you can call to mind your intention. And when you're ready to complete your practice, you can just stretch the fingers and the toes and start to bring some movement to the body, feeling free to stretch a little bit. And then bending the knees, flatten the lower back into the mat, and then roll to your side to bring yourself up to a seat. And we'll finish practice with a round of Om. So relaxing the belly and the shoulders. You take a deep breath in. Om.
so much for your practice. Namaste.